We didn't hear anything about Africa growing up within our household.
Okay.
We only knew what we saw on television.
Now tell me, as far as ethnicity goes.
This video is a clear indication of why you need to listen to your damn elders, because your elders will tell you a lot.
I know this is always the big thing for most blacks in America. You know, what do you think we are?
Indians.
So, okay, say that one more time for the people.
Indians.
I'll die an Indian, and that's it. I don't care what my complexion is. It doesn't matter. My kids are Indian, and I'm Indian.
So, some of them, yeah, they call me from, if I'm from Africa, or from, I'm not from Africa. I'm a full-blooded American.
Cherokee.
Okay.
North
Now,
Carolina.
what you were saying about the African thing?
Okay. Now, just say when I was growing up in the South, North Carolina, I never heard anything about African and black. I always heard about Indians.
So the reason why I bring up American Indians so much is because that's my actual specific lineage and DNA.
If you said you were Native, it seemed like you got a lot of pushback. You're lying. You're making it up. You just want to be better. There was no pushback from us saying we were Negro, black, colored. And I'm not saying there weren't slaves brought here from Africa. They enslaved natives before Africans ever showed up.
Do you consider yourself as an American?
Yeah, I am American.
You are American?
Yeah. I consider myself a colored person.
A colored person?
Yeah. A colored person, a colored human being.
Do they call everyone colored?
Yeah, they call us colored people.
Okay. When did they switch over from colored people to black people?
Well, they just, I continue to see they just started calling people black, I guess, because there was a lot of African people in the United States back in those days.
There was Africans and then there was Americans?
Yeah.
And they spoke a different language?
Oh, yeah. Because you couldn't understand their language.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
No.
So on a plantation, you'd have Americans, and then you'd have Africans.
Yeah. I'm an Indian.
You're not an African?
Huh?
You're not African?
No, I'm no African.
All right, so something happened. Something happened. There was a big shift. There was a historical, cultural, and self-identifying shift that happened. Because when you talk to a lot of the elders like this, who ain't indoctrinated, who haven't lost that, core history, you'll hear this a lot. You'll hear this like all the time from them. You won't hear this much from my generation because unfortunately we just haven't gotten that game. There was a big shift between that generation and the generation, after them that just didn't connect with, I guess, them, and damn sure didn't connect with us. So, but if you talk to a lot of elders like this what they'll tell you. They don't have this connection with Africa, this Pan-Africanism mentality. They don't have this. America is their homeland. America is our homeland. So, and not even if you haven't done your genealogy to the point to say, I guess, what tribe your people from, because not everybody has that. But at the end of the day, if your people been here since the inception of this country, you're a Native American. It is what it is. Your people been here since the inception of this country. So America didn't exist before our ancestors built it. So, there was a big shift, like I said. And unfortunately, that shift didn't come down as much as it should have. But I'm so glad that y'all generation, I will say, what is that? What would that be? People that was born in the 70s. Generation, what is it? X? Millennial? No, is the millennials or X? I don't know. I think it's a Generation X. Y'all, one thing I will give y'all credit for is y'all standing on business when it comes to this, our identification and our history, which is enlightening me to do what I'm doing. If it wasn't for y'all giving me game, people like, Tariq, Gen X. Okay, I got it right. People like Tariq, people like, not even just Tariq. I ain't gonna even say people that's scholars and people that's known. Y'all in here that that give me game. Y'all be in my comments, y'all talk. Even before I was even doing YouTube, I did nothing but soak up game and listen, you know? So y'all are the ones that really like took that power back as far as our history and our lineage. So I want to thank y'all for that, because without that, I wouldn't have the thought process that I have. I wouldn't have the mentality that I have when it comes to my people and how I view myself, how I view my history. And honestly, before I started to listen, and when you in college and you just kind of grow up in life, you indoctrinated by the thought process like, yeah, we all African, and all black people, we just African, we just people that just came over from a boat. So everybody in here, and even if I guess some people that's not in here that's gonna miss the lot, but I appreciate y'all, man, because how hard y'all go has basically a piece of that has gone on to me. So everything that I am, everything that I want to continue to be is just game that y'all generation give me. So I appreciate y'all for sure. You OGs, the elders, I fuck with y'all. You olders, y'all can eat it, but you elders and the OGs, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all, every single one of y'all. But yeah, man, and I pride myself on, first of all, I want to learn more about this stuff, because I really want to lock in more on my history. And I've done my genealogy. Some of y'all know I traced my lineage back to 1723, my 8th times great grandfather from Showa in North Carolina. So I've done my genealogy up to that point, but I haven't done it enough to where I can see, like, I don't know if I come from a tribe or something. I probably do. I likely do. I don't know, but I know that I traced my genealogy back to 1723. So I want to keep, doing that. And I want to know if maybe I do come from a tribe out here. I know my people come from North Carolina, Georgia, and what else? I think that's when I did my tree. I think that's all. So it probably was another state or so. Oh, South Carolina as well. South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia. So, but yeah, man. So I really want to do more research on this so that I can get this game to my children, and this stuff doesn't get lost in translation as the generations go on. I don't want this stuff to get lost in translation or just become a lost thing in history, because as history tells it, I don't know if y'all know, man. Shout out to Tariq for kind of coining this or kind of putting this out there, at least for me. This is a renaissance going on. This is a historical renaissance that we have going on as a people, where we are flipping the narrative. We're not letting those people, y'all know who those people are. We're not letting those people frame our history. We're not letting those people dictate our history. And not even with just any specific people. It's all people, because everybody thinks that we're the only people that know the truth. Well, they know the truth too, but they like to lie about it. But we are standing on this point, and we get so much pushback on it because it really shakes up, historical context of what most people know. You know what I'm saying? So when you go to school, you go to middle school, high school, you get to college, everybody taught the same thing. And that's where the indoctrination comes from. We're not really taught our true history. What you learn about in school, you learn about Martin Luther King and you learn about Rosa Parks. That's it. And maybe Garrett Morgan. That's it. You don't really learn that much when it comes to your history. You really don't learn that much when it comes to Black American history. Even when it comes to the Black History Month, like, quote unquote, you don't really learn what you're supposed to learn. You learn the sucker shit. And I'm not going to say Martin Luther King is sucker shit, but I mean sucker shit in the sense of, like, you learning that you don't really learn the people that was really, we don't learn about, like, slave revolts. We don't learn about those things. We don't learn about tribes. We don't learn about our ethnogenesis as a group of people. We don't learn about how we fought back. The only thing we learn about as Black people when we go to these schools is how obedient we were, how nice we were, how they were just the oppressed people and they marched in the streets and the white man said, okay. That's how we learn about our history. So it indoctrinates us to think that we should not feel a way about this, and we should continue to just feel like, we are people that can't stand up for ourselves. But historically, we've always stood up for ourselves. Another reason, I don't know if y'all know, some of y'all probably know this, the reason why a lot of pictures are black and white. They had color back then. You think they had color photos in the 60s? Of course they did. The reason why they put all those pictures in black and white in the 60s, the 70s, even in the 80s, a lot of times, is because they want to make it seem like it was a long time ago. All those pictures of Martin Luther King and Black Panthers, those things were in color. A lot of those pictures were in color. They purposely make them black and white so we can think that it was such a long time ago. It wasn't that long ago. It really wasn't that long ago. It wasn't. The 70s was 50 years ago. 60 years, it wasn't that long ago. It really wasn't. So, like, they purposely do this. Nigga, my mama 50. My mom was born in 1975. Like, that was right then and there. My mama is 10 years. My mama was born 10 years right after the Civil Rights Movement. Right there. So it's like, this not something that was just so long ago. We are only, quote, really, honestly, we still going through, but we're only so-called 2 generations away from being so-called free. So, I really want to say I really appreciate y'all, Generation X, for enlightening people like myself, because I want to continue to get this game to my family, my future kids, and dispel a lot of these narratives that just are untrue about our people,